Thank you for coming around. Ucheka Amafenam is my name, and I'm going to discuss a topic that is somewhat interesting. And the topic is how to recover when you lose steam and in a state of despair and depression. How to recover. There are times you lose interest. There are times when things are not working. There are times you are losing interest in life, and you find yourself feeling depressed. You find yourself feeling despair. Your finances are drying up. You are losing interest in your work, and you feel so bad and demoralized. The energy to fight back is no longer there. So, such moments, you find some people committing suicide just because this kind of feeling and this kind of experiences is running through their mind. And most of the times, they can't open up to anybody. They may be having a relationship problem. They may be having work pressure, things and situations that almost get them run mad. It happens to career people, to housewives, pressure of survival. So when these occurrences becomes your experience, what do you do? How do you recover? How do you get the energy to fight back and bounce back to life? It is possible you are doing all you have been doing before, but for unknown reasons, things just stop working. Your revenue, or possibly most of them will not necessarily that they will lose their job. You may be making a lot of money, but life will just stop having meaning to them. It is not as if there is anything spectacular with their relationship. Their husband is still there and they still live without any squabble. But the excitement for living is just gone. The pleasure of life is just not there anymore. The fun in their work is not there anymore. Their productivity drops. Their income drops. Their interest in their work drops. They feel bad. They feel moody. They get into mood swings and all of that. How do you help yourself in such moments? How do you find help in such moments? There are things that are common to people, but not many people are able to express this. You can see people burst out in anger, and you're wondering what's the problem? Why? It's inexplicable. But you may not know what is going on in the person's mind. You may not know what is going on in the person's heart. Remember that most people that have depression, they hardly tell anybody. And people that may even notice it may not have any way to confront them with solutions. So we have to go into some ideas to see how such a person going through such experience can find help so that he can bounce back to work and then have zest for life, have interest in life once again, and be able to produce that excitement that makes life worth living, makes life full of fun. This happiness is joy that flows from the inside, can return once again, and will be a happy person that you used to know. So if you are facing such kind of despair, if you're facing such kind of depression, and your life has lost steam and you don't know what to do, and your finances are drying up, you are no longer interested in your work, and you're feeling discouraged and demoralized, the first thing you do is to take a break from your work. You can take a 5-day holidays. Go to a quiet rural area. Don't go to a city that is still full of bustling and hustling and noise and all of that. Go to a serene, remote village. Get a guest house or wherever you can hang out. 5 days is ideal. And then live a life that is unusual to your daily routine. When you are in that village, behave like them, dress like them. Go out to meet the locals. Play with them. Play with children. Sit down in the sun and play with children. Have a good life. Consciously decide to do things that have not been your experience in the past decade, in the past 20 years. You will have a complete mind shift. Relating with rural people. Relating with the locals. Playing with them. Eating their food. Living their life. When you are able to do these things that are not usual with you, sit down with the old folk, tell them stories, hear their stories, ask them questions, feel free with them, sit down in the local chair with them, eat their local food, visit them in their families, mix up with them. And you will see that you will experience in rejuvenation. Your heart will be eased of, the pressure will get off, because you are having the fun of your life. Not in a 5-star hotel, but in a rural environment that you have left probably 20 years ago, 30, or you have never experienced in your life before. You are playing with children in the sand. You are playing with children and rolling and laughing with them. Remember the attitude of the high flyers. Their mind is cocked up. They have the impression of their class. They have consciousness of their class. They hardly can talk to lower people. They have subordinates that they are bossy about them. So it is possible that you are the one that box yourself into this kind of hole. And the way to get out or get rid of yourself out of them is to experience a new life. Live with people, stay with people that have that are still closer to nature. Then the next thing you can do is do nothing related to your job. Don't take your job or anything that has to do with your work as you are going for such a week holidays. Just relax your mind. Just relax your mind. If a local food is served, you eat it. If you're not used to eating with your fingers, wash your hands and eat with your fingers with the villagers. Just decide to have fun. If you go to bed, sleep soundly without any worries in your mind. Drop your problem where you're coming from and then face this new life that you want to experience, to renew yourself for this 1 week. So sleep soundly. You will return with new zest. You will return with new energy. You will return to your work with new enthusiasm. So, number 3, think deeply if your environment is sapping your energy. Most people are burdened because of their bills. Most people are burdened because of their debt. Most people are burdened because of the lifestyle that they have imposed on themselves to impress people that do not care about them. Carry out an exhaustive check on your life to see where you can get off some of these loads. You may need to change your environment. You may need to relocate to a different environment. You may need to cut off some of your lifestyles. You may need to get rid of these social encumbrances that you put yourself in. What are those things that are tasking your limited finances? Stop them. You may need to get some of your jewelries and sell them off and free yourself from most of those impressions of ostentation that are costing you money. You read the book, The Monk That Sold His Ferrari. Sometimes success in itself is a burden. If you have not learned to live simply, you have not learned to live a simple life. The philosophy is that the more things you have, the more things you will need. But if you have more wealth and then your needs become more, then you are going to put yourself into so many entanglements. So make up your mind to live a simple and moderate life. A simple and moderate life. It does not mean that you have to live in squalor or live in penury or live like a pauper. No. But simplify your needs. Have as little need as possible. Once you have the basics that can satisfy you and make you happy, build a relationship with your family, build your spiritual life, and all of that. There are so many things that give somebody happiness. If you think that they have to do with material things, then you may have a lot of trouble to contend with. So, moderacy. Be moderate. So take an audit of your life and get rid of the friends that are causing you to spend money, are engaging and occupying you with frivolities. And then make sure that you don't have any secret or crime that you have committed and you're hiding and you are afraid that it may be revealed. Those are the things that get people worked up and they can't find explanation to them. Don't have any occasion to have secret. Check your phone. If there is anything that you are hiding there and you're afraid that when somebody sees it, you're going to be embarrassed, or if it falls into somebody's hands and the person may blackmail you, or the revelation of them may cause you colossal embarrassment, get rid of those things. If you have offended somebody, go and make peace with that person so that you have your peace. Some of the problems that people have that keeps them depressed is because they have secrets that they are hiding. Emotional sickness can kill you and destroy you, and most of the times, unless you solve that problem within yourself, no drug, no medicine can help you. So, number 3, I've said it, think deep. If your environment is sapping your energy, and you check your bills, and you have to, or you need to scale down your lifestyle. Number 4, consider having a reasonable partner. Consider having a reasonable partner. Loneliness sometimes can cause depression. You don't have anybody with whom you share your burden. You don't have anybody with whom you share your experiences in life. You have challenges and you cannot share it with anybody. It is depressing. So whatsoever that puts you in loneliness is a risk to your life. It's a denial of fulfillment of joy. So if you don't have any partner, consider a reasonable partner. Get married if you need to. If you're ripe and can afford it, get married. Then you can also reconnect with your spouse if you have one. Most people are married and they're not better than roommates with their spouses. Most people have children at home, but they have no connection with their children. So you can actually be in the midst of people and you will be lonely. These are realities that people are not looking at. That you have children in the house, that you have a wife at home, does not mean that you're connected with them. So you can be in the midst of crowd and you still be feeling lonely when you're not connected to the people around you. So do all you can to have peace. Build peace with your children. Build peace with your wife or your husband. Connect well with your neighbors. Have that capacity to come out, meet strangers, and have a good laugh with them. Don't carry so much burden. Don't carry your importance on your shoulders. Don't be too conscious about life. There's nothing in life that will make you so conscious of your class, of your accomplishments, and all of that. Most of the things that people pay premium attention to are pure vanities. Simplify your lifestyle, and you will see how your happiness and your joy will well up. Be of value to people. Be of help to people. There are blessings that come. There are joy that comes into the heart of the person that has learned to give. Be a blessing to the people around you, particularly to the poor, particularly to those that are in need. It gives you joy when something of usefulness leaves your life to be a blessing on others. Mentor children. Mentor the youths. Your neighbor's children that are misbehaving and you have kind words that can help to remodel their life. Find time and engage them. Volunteer for righteous causes, for good causes that can help your community become better, that can help your neighborhood become better. So these are the things that people fail to do. If you have a good partner, the cuddling, the reassurances, the financial support, the sharing of burdens help to relieve this kind of depression, help to relieve this kind of despair feelings that people experience and they have no one to talk to. So, also forgive. Forgive people that have offended you. Be at peace with people. Have no reason to have enemies. Have no reason to be envious of anybody. That feeling of competition puts weight upon you. The only competition you should have is to compete with yourself to be better. Not just to make money, but to enhance your character. Enhance your love for your neighbor. Work hard to build up quality manners. Tolerance to people that think differently from you. From people that act differently from you. Build up that capacity to offend. To build up that capacity to forgive those that have offended you. Offense must come. Stop thinking that people don't like you. People don't need to like you and don't care about that. Don't depend on anybody for your happiness. Don't depend on another human being to feel good. Don't depend on others to validate your relevance before you feel worthy. No, you don't need all of that. The opinion of other people don't need to be your business. The views of other people about you shouldn't concern you that much. So, love yourself, love others, love your neighbor, love your husband, love your wife, love your children. Be kind to people you meet outside. Don't be envious of anybody. Don't be jealous of anybody. That your neighbors are progressing doesn't need to give you heartache. The problem that people have is that they have feeling of inadequacy. They have feeling of insufficiency. They don't have the things that their neighbor have. So they are brooding, they are mourning, they are depressed on account of that. You are punishing yourself. Remember, emotional sickness is terrible. Emotional sickness can cause you cancer. Emotional sickness can cause you diabetes. Emotional sickness can give you stroke. So most of the sicknesses that people have that cannot even be diagnosed is as a result of this negative emotion. Envy punishes you more than it punishes the person you are envying. So forgive people. Ease your heart. Empty your heart. Every cluttering of your spirit, take it away and feel ventilated so that you can laugh. Have a good laugh. Have the habit of being happy. You don't need to have any reason before you feel happy. Don't carry the weight of your country on your head. Don't carry the social problems on your body that you cannot sleep. The problem that everybody is having will not become special to you. No, that is no wisdom. Number 5, go spiritual. Pray and ask God for help. Pray and ask God for direction. If you know how to talk to God and empty your burden upon Him, you will be free. It will look as if you have dropped those challenges down on the feet of Christ. And then you are free, walking away a free man. Your heart is ventilated. So whichever way you know how to talk, just ask God to help me get out of this. And you will see yourself feeling free. So God is close to us. He is inside of your heart. Talk to Him in a way you can talk to a dear friend and be confident that somebody has just heard you and believe that you will receive help. Spirituality works if you do it with knowledge and if you do it with wisdom. God is closest to you than you can imagine. Talk to Him. Talk to Him. Also talk to people that can help you. There are people around you, friends that are wise. Elderly people around you that are wise. People that have experience that can give you advice. A simple counsel can help you to drop the burden that has been troubling you for months or for years. Learn to confide in wise people around you, and you'll find yourself feeling free because of that wise counsel from that wise person. Then, redress your values. I think I've said that before. Redress your values. Don't allow social encumbrances to burden you. Your accomplishments, so long as you know that you are doing your best, be contented with what you have. Be contented with where you are. If you continue to work hard, if you continue to be focused, certainly you will achieve at least the fundamentals of life. And even when things are not working, be patient. Most times you need patience. Most of the people you see today that are successful and are living a flashy life, they have spent years to work for it. So don't look at them and feel bad that you are still a failure. No, you're not. You're not. Don't let other people to determine the value you place on yourself. That you're not driving the kind of car they're driving does not make you a failure. That you're not living in the kind of houses or homes they're living does not make you a failure. That you are yet to get married does not make you a failure. Be happy. Any day you find yourself not happy, you have wasted that day. You have wasted that time. That is why I said be happy for no reason. You don't need to have any reason to be happy. You don't need to have any particular property to be happy. You don't need to wear a particular clothes to be happy. Just be decent. Just be neat and be contented with where you are working to get what you have. That should be your values. And then learn new skills. Learn new skills. Sometimes when you have a new skills, it can transport you to work on a different platform. Most people are tied to a job